Hello everyone and welcome to this week's RigER webinar. Today we will talk about how to keep customers' requests under control. Oilfield rentals and service operations involve intensive and frequent communication with customers. So today we have a lot of communication channels, from cell phone calls and texting to enterprise chats and bots. Information is coming from different sources and gets spread around in multiple forms like Excel spreadsheets, papers, messages, and emails. Sometimes it is difficult not to get lost trying to find details about clients' requests. Here's where RigER can help you. With its service call module, it allows to track customers' requests, assign tasks to other employees, and notify clients about open calls. And that's all in one integrated system. That is what will be shown and shown today during our webinar. I would like to thank all our existing clients. You can see just some of them on your screen now. So thank you so much for your business, and we are looking forward for new companies to join our RigER community. And today's presenter is Gleb Kobets. He's a VP of Operations here in RigER. He will be talking about managing incoming customer requests. So we will discuss some of field use cases and show service call workflows in RigER. You will see dashboards and notifications that make this whole management process very easy. We will also introduce you to our new mobile application, which is service calls. And of course, you will be able to ask questions at the end when we have a Q&A session. So I'll pass microphone to Gleb. Gleb, here you go.
Thank you very much, Daria, for the short presentation of this webinar and introduction of myself. Hello, everybody. My name is Gleb Kobets. You already may know me, but who doesn't know me yet, I'm VP of Operations in RigER, and today I'm going to present you the service call module in RigER and show you how does it work and what kind of problems does it solve. So let's just jump into it right away. And first of all, let's talk about why we have created the service call module in RigER and what purpose does it serve. As Dasha already said, that we have lots of different communication channels with our customers. And it can be either, when we communicate with our customers, it can be either a request for a quote or maybe a new job order, or sometimes it's a maintenance of the equipment, service of the equipment at the location. In many cases, we've seen that it may be a request for an additional piece of equipment, swap of already working units, or even replacement of the damaged units is something has happened at the location, and the equipment should be just swapped. Also, the service call module will help you with getting the request about the picking up the equipment, finishing the job, and writing down the location. And definitely the timely response and clear communication with client play a crucial role in building long-lasting relationship and just establishing good communication channels. So we have seen different communication patterns with our existing customers and new clients, and we have definitely lots of different ways how we communicate with customers, how we communicate with our employees, with our management. And on this slide, you can see the simple current communication pattern. When we receive a call from the client with some kind of request, then we start texting, or field technicians start texting the supervisor or dispatcher or operations manager about some kind of requests from the client, and he notifies that something has to be done at the location, so he probably requests the equipment to the location or something else. Now, dispatcher or operations manager just makes his notes and adjusting the spreadsheets, adjusting some kind of tickets. Then he sends back the email or text to the field technician of what has to be done exactly, what will be the charges, what kind of paperwork we should present to the customer. Then the field technician again adjusts his notes, writing the paper, and gives a call back to the customer that, okay, we will do this at this moment of time, and then he confirms with the client that the request will be processed. So that's kind of a long ways of communicate with a back and forth exchange of portion of informations. And definitely, in most cases, it leads to the situation when you can just miss some information or forget some information, because you can have emails in place coming to your inbox all the time, or different text messages or calls. So what our service call in RigER helps you with is actually it allows you to track customer requests and assign tasks to other employees in your company, and at the same time notify clients about open calls in one simple integrated system. So having all customer details in one database gives you an ability to create a new service call literally in seconds, either on your computer or in your mobile application, and send it for execution to the next responsible person. The next responsible person can notify either the next employee, but everything happens in the one system, and everybody stays up to date with what's happening with service call, and what kind of information did we send to the customer already. And at the end of the cycle, when the service call is done, we can notify customer by sending an email from the system or from the mobile application, or even send a report automatically from the system about all the new open calls or completed ones. So now let me show you how the workflow looks in the system, and I'll just lead you through the several steps in the documents. As I already said, you can perform a new service call or create a new service call both on the mobile application or on your desktop device, and the service call can trigger the other actions in the system, like generating tickets or creating a tasks for the next responsible person. It can also may trigger a notification to employees or to the client, and everything can be seen easily on the service calls dashboard, which is the active dashboard with some number of actions. And definitely you can present the information in the reports. Let's just see these in details. First of all, when you receive a new service call, you generate the same document, which is called basically service call. And here you can select the date when you receive the call and the due date when the service call should be completed. You just type in the simple description about this service call, explaining what is it about. You select the client from the clients list in your database. You select the location which should be served, and also you select the contact from which you received this service call. You can also select the rental service agreement if it is an ongoing job or existing job for this client, and then you select the responsible person, meaning that this is an employee in your company. So who should take care of this service call, and definitely which department will be responsible for this service call. There are also two fields, free text fields, where you can add a note about this service call with the detailed description of the actions that should be taken, and these notes will be presented to the client as well. Or you can just leave an internal comment explaining some additional details that should be communicated only to your peers in the company, and this internal comment will stay only in the database and the client will not see that. The next step, you should go over the three fields, which are priority, type, and status. So the priority speaks by itself. You just select what kind of urgency this service call has. Either it's a low, normal, important, or critical. And definitely on the dashboard, you can just then browse through the priorities and see what should be done first, and what should be maybe postponed a little bit to the later stage. Also, you may select from the types of the service call. So depending on your database configuration, you may have all of these options available or some of them. Usually we leave just a delivery, return, swap, and troubleshooting, and definitely in new job types, where you can tell the responsible person what should be done with this service call next in the system. Also, you may have a backlog or a task. Again, it depends on your system configuration. And then you select throughout the course of this service call execution, you can change the status of this service call. For example, if you're just creating this, you can set it as open status. It means that some information needs to be entered in this document lately. If you're waiting for some kind of details, additional maybe information from the client to execute the service call, you set the pending status, meaning that something has to be received from the client side. If the service call is processing, you set the appropriate status. When the author or creator of this service call has filled out all the information in the service call and move it to the next responsible person, he can set the status as done. That will mean that I have created the service call. Now the next person should take care of it. So I don't need to pay much attention to this service call because it's in the responsibility of the next person. But when the next person, say it's a dispatcher or another service technician or supervisor, completes this service call, so the issue is resolved and the request is completed, we can close this service call so it will not disturb us on the service call dashboard. So, and again, it's up to the company's consideration how to treat these different statuses, and that depends mostly on the operational processes, but that's one of the example that I have described to you how you can use these statuses. Now let's take a look quickly at the dashboard and email and reporting notification that are available with this module. So on the service call dashboard, you can see all service calls that have been created previously with all the clients and types of the service calls, due dates, etc. So definitely you can sort out the dashboard by different parameters. You can also filter out the dashboard with client or responsible person. For example, if I need to see only my service calls that are assigned to me, so I just select myself as a responsible person, and now here I go with my calls. Also, the filter by priorities is available, and filter by department. Definitely, if your company has different yards and different shops, so every department can see their only service calls, and all the service calls may be filtered out by status of it. And definitely the priority can be set on also by statuses. And if the service calls are done or canceled or completed, that can be hidden from the service calls. It doesn't mean that it just completely disappears from the system, but you will just not see them. But if you need to see them, you can enable this checkbox and they will show up. Another great feature of the dashboard is that you can create a next action from the service call. You see the last column on the screen that it's called next action. When you double click on that button, you will be seeing the pop-up window which prompts you to select the next action. So for example, if that's a service call about the delivering another piece of equipment to the location, then you can select a delivery action from the list. And what happens next? The system generates a new delivery ticket. Remember that we have assigned a client, location, and sometimes even an RSA to the service call document. So this information flows directly to a new delivery ticket. So you don't have to select it once again. You just perform your delivery ticket with the unit numbers that should be delivered and maybe the date of the delivery. So that's pretty simple. And again, coming back to the service call document, we may see the related documents. It means that we can see what has been generated out of the service call and go through the tickets itself. or we can also attach some additional or external files to the service call just to present more information to the responsible person. And definitely the doc history is available to see how this service call has been changed with statuses, by whom and when. Let's move on, and now let's take a look at the report, which is now available with this module. So the report actually shows you a snippet on a specific date where you can see what kind of service calls have been generated as of this date, and definitely the report can be filtered out by different parameters. For example, if we need to filter out only by a specific customer, we select the filter client, and then we can send this report to our customer by clicking on the envelope button up here, and then the PDF file with this report will be generated, and we can send it by email. Or we can just export this whole table to the Excel spreadsheet and play around with the spreadsheet down the road. Also, these reports can be set as the automatic email reporting tool in the system. So you can specify a specific schedule for every report to be sent to the customer, or these reports can be sent automatically to your responsible person. Say the responsible person will receive these kind of reports every morning at a specific time. That's the real example of what we have in our company. And I receive these service call daily reports every morning, so I can be up to date with service calls that are coming in from our clients. And that helps a lot with just tracking what kind of requests we have from our clients. And the same can be done within your organization, and the same report can be set up for to be sent to your customers. And definitely this service call module wouldn't be so useful if we wouldn't have a mobile application. So we have created a mobile application, standalone mobile application for the service call. That's a very simple application where you can just register your service calls when you are out in the field. Even without the internet connection, you are still able to register that in the mobile application. It will be saved in the memory of the mobile phone. But once you get the internet connection, you synchronize your service calls with the cloud server, and all these service calls will appear in the desktops of the responsible persons, and they will see what you have entered. So now let's just quickly go over the workflow in the mobile app, and I will explain how it's done. So we open a new document, which is a service call, and we click on the plus button. We fill out just all the fields on the screen with the date of this service call. Then we can select the due date. We select the client from the list of our clients. We select the existing locations of the client and the contact person who has submitted the request. We select the type of this service call and the responsible person who needs to take care of this service call. We select the priority. Let it be the important service call. And we have a creation date, and also we set the department to which the service call is assigned to. And we go to the comments tab where we can enter some notes, the same as I showed you on the desktop. So we just add some notes to these service calls, swap the trash trailer on number 561, and the internal comment may be entered, and we just check all the details. And also we can attach an external file, just scan something, or when we click a scan button, we can take a photo and attach to this service call. When it's done, we click just done, and then the rest, what is left to be done is to synchronize your mobile application with your cloud server. So as I already said, this is a standalone application, very light, so it doesn't take a lot of memory on your phone, or it doesn't require a very high-speed internet connection, because the amount of information that is exchanged, it's not so big, so it's very useful to use this application as a standalone. And in the latest version of this application, we have added an ability to give a call or just to send an email to the contact person in the company right from the specific document, which is a service call. So you don't have to copy the phone or email. You just click the button and the call is just starting, or the email client will be populated with the email of the client.
Thank you all for being here today with us. If you have more questions, or if you want to see what can the platform do more in terms of any other features, you can always book your personalized demo through the phone, the website, or just email. You can see all the information right now on the screen. So just go ahead and book a demo and we'll answer all your questions.
Right. Thank you very much, Daria, and thank you very much all the attendees of this webinar. So again, if you want to explore the service call module for your RigER configuration, just give us a shout and we'll help you with setting up this module and explaining the best workflow scenarios, so you'll be able to implement it to your company and just use it for the benefit of field technicians and your clients for sure. So again, thank you very much for this short webinar, and we will be talking to you soon next week in the next webinar. Please subscribe to the webinars on our website, and we will send you notifications and emails about new webinars. And if you miss our webinars, we are also happy to provide you with a recording of this webinar up to your demand. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.